a living man that has not been able to take the battle of life to the gate of death and conquer them cannot declare immortality on earth. I said it before and I'm saying it again. There is boundary between the land of the dead and the land of the living. There is demarcation between the land and the dead and the land of the living. Hear me. The dead doesn't hear the language of the living. The dead doesn't believe in the language of the living. They don't want to practice it. So the dead doesn't hear the living. Their ears are deaf to the voice of the living. That is why when a man dies, all you are saying around him is a waste of time. Just pray for the departed soul to go and rest in peace and lay him to ground. It's no good to say many words around the dead. You are delaying the living. Because the dead doesn't have ability. The ear of the dead, the language of the dead, doesn't hear the living. Now, if the living want the dead to hear them, they must take the message to the land of the dead. And then when they get to the land of the dead, they must speak the language of the dead to the dead. They must have the ability to translate what the living is saying to them by interpreting it by their own language and force them to hear it. If there are certain people that will not die young on earth, if there are certain people that will not come to the land of the dead on earth early, a man should be able to take a message continually from the land of the living to the dead. And you can't go to the gate of death and speak to the dead until you are able to make war against the dead in the gate of the dead. Dead will never believe the message of the living until the living has the capacity. Because all those that go to the land of the dead, it doesn't come back. It takes only those that are messianic in glory, in nature. Messianic. It takes only flesh that are messianic in nature to go to the dead to bring message to them and come back. Mortal man can't go to the land of the dead to bring message about the living to the dead. They won't come back. It takes only those that have the messianic nature, flesh, to go to the gate. And anytime men that has this messianic nature go there, the dead will wrestle with them. The dead will fight them. You can't preserve your life to go to the land of the dead. You have to finish your life in their gates.
Hebrew 2:14.
Hebrew 2:14, yes.
Inasmuch then as the children have partaken
of flesh
and blood, he himself
likewise share
in the same,
that
through death
he
might destroy him.
Until men that has this nature, messianic nature, go to the land of the dead, they can't destroy death. Until a man that is careful, the dead he doesn't eat, the dead he doesn't drink water. So if you must fight them, you should be like them. Men that drink water and depend on fruit is alive. Dead will not believe in their message. Dead has eyes to know. If dead must believe you, you should be like them. to the dead from the land of the living, they will not hear. You must go to their gate.
That through death.
That through death, until we die in nature, until men are ready to die in nature, they can't conquer the gate of death for other men. If immortality must be declared by men on earth, the men that will declare it should have the nature not to respect death on earth, not to respect the gate of death. The gate of death is the last dominion of Satan. I know the last power of Satan. I am in battle with the last power of Satan, because that power must be defeated. Satan has humiliated the God's people by death. Satan has introduced fear on earth by death. Satan has warned people to themselves by death. So Satan is powerful in death. Then we can weaken the strength of Satan on earth until we take battle to his gate. He said that through death,
he might destroy him.
He might destroy him.
Who has the power?
Who has the power
of death?
Of death.
That is the devil.
That is what?
The devil.
Did you hear me now?
Yes, Papa.
That Satan is the one that have the power. Is Satan? Is God is not in control of the gate of the dead. So when we go to the gate of the dead, we must meet Satan. I am like them now. I am dead, but I'm alive. I came from their gate from this meeting. And when I finish, I'll go back to their gate to stay. I won't share things with the living now, because I'm in battle in the gate of Satan. Immortality must be announced on earth.
Yes, Papa.
The God of Christian, my Father, must rule on earth.
Amen.
I'm a faithful servant to that apostolic calling. I came to announce the God of Christian. A God of Elijah is the God of Enoch, is the God of Melchizedek, is the God of Jesus Christ. A God that will never test dead.
Amen.
A God that will not believe in death. Death will remain the enemy of this covenant. So he will not touch you because he's our enemy. I went to the gate to say that me and my sons, those that will be born to me and those that are already born to me, they will not come to that gate early.
Amen.
I am going to that gate to speak to them about you. That any time men bring you to that gate will not open.
Amen.
Satan will mock me if I drink water now. He will wound me because I'm in battle with him. No. He will defeat me. I know. If I will win them, I will stay like them to finish the battle. Death is an enemy of God. So, I come in the clothing of spirit and a man. to declare him Yahweh forever.
Amen.
That
Through
that,
death,
yes,
it might destroy him who has the power
that
of death.
he destroyed the power of death, which
That is the devil.
And if you go to Corinthians, he said death is an enemy.
1 Corinthians 15:26.
Yes, sir.
The last enemy that will be destroyed.
1 Corinthians 15:26. He said the last enemy
That will be destroyed.
that will be destroyed on earth
Is death.
is death. Have you heard now that death is an enemy of God?
Yes, Papa.
As I lift up my hand, I say to those of you that already have covenant and agreement with them to come there anytime soon. As I lift up my hand, I command that covenant and that agreement to be broken.
Amen.